Susan Roberti, and welcome. Welcome to Let's Talk Tail Waggers. I have the greatest show ever today. I have the one thing that just makes my heart jump up and down, up and down, up and down, and that's a puppy and two ladies that I really, really love. Susie Smith's here today. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to my camera person. Thank you, Zach. You know BPTV's all volunteers, and you are more than welcome to come up and do a show, learn how to do cameras, go out in the field. Just come up and visit. It's the most wonderful little corner in the world. So now I'm going to say, Susie's here.
Hi, Sus.
Amy's here.
Thanks for having us on the show.
You're welcome. And Princess is here.
Princess.
Is she ever? Look at this. Just like a little load. She could care less. Look.
Little baby.
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Princess Rose.
That's all. Her Princess Rose is her name. That's all we've been doing is loving her. So we're going to get our business done here so we can coo over the puppy.
Play with Poppy.
Yeah.
Aw.
So what's new at the Washington Area Humane Society?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to talk about our program, the Pets for U.S. Vets.
Pets for U.S. Vets.
And we started that. Susie and I worked together on the Pets for U.S. Vets. We created that at the Washington Area Humane Society and promoted it on BPTV. 2010, 2011, and 2012, we were able to have dog parties and raise close to $30,000.
Wow.
And the money goes into a fund so that our local veterans don't have to pay adoption fees at the
They get
Washington
their
area.
pet for free.
That's amazing.
And they're all up to date on shots, spayed, neutered.
It can be a puppy, an older dog, a kitty cat, whatever.
And Lynette, who is just wonderful, the new program manager at the Washington Area Humane Society, we just love her. She gives us information all the time, current information. And in 2014, how many animals
Ta-da!
do you think got adopted out of the Washington Area Humane Society through the Pets for U.S. Vets program?
Go ahead, tell us.
49.
Oh, I can't believe it.
It just takes my breath away. 10 cats, 31 dogs, 2 kittens, and 6 puppies have gone to their forever homes with veterans.
Yes.
And so far this year, we have 4 cats and 5 dogs already taken out of the shelter.
Yeah.
And Lynette wanted me to mention some notable adoptions this year.
Okay.
The 2 kitten sisters, Spice and Katrina, I think we knew of them.
Yes.
They went home together. And if you remember Alvin and Frankie, they also went home together.
We love it when they come in together and they leave together. And it just...
And there's a dog that's
Wonderful.
been there for a while named Bear.
Oh,
And,
for a long time.
Yeah,
yeah.
for a while. And the family of a little girl went in, and she fell in love with Bear. And she told her mom that she thought that she would be able to sleep better at night if Bear would move in. So what her mom did is she picked her up from piano lessons the next day, and she had Bear with her.
With her.
And
Yeah.
they love Bear.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
Update on a couple
That's a nice
adoptions.
story.
Yes, it's a wonderful world of the tail waggers.
Oh, it is. And this little guy here,
This,
if you can see his picture, his name is
hold it.
Leroy.
Leroy.
And he just went home yesterday with his Army veteran dad. His dad
and you
came
can
down.
see his dad's here's his dad's holding him.
Yeah, and I didn't put his dad's face on here because I didn't ask
Privacy.
permission. Yeah,
Right.
so I just put Leroy's picture here, and there he is.
But look at him with his little hands, paws crossed, and he's just
so
like,
cute.
this is my dad.
And the little ears look like they're saluting.
I know. When you said that, that does look like they're saluting.
Yeah, it's just,
But Leroy went home
got
yesterday.
a good home.
And we have a couple things coming up at the Humane Society. Saturday, March 14th is the Bark and Bowl. And we'll probably put this on after the show, but it's in Legacy Lanes Bowling Alley, 12 to 3. We have a Bark and Bowl going on. And you can get on the website, too, and find out
What
about
exactly
that.
is a bark and bowl?
You just bowl, and the money, all the proceeds go to the...
100%.
I'm not sure if
We
it's
don't,
100.
I don't know.
I think
never
it.
said.
I think it
For a
is.
good cause.
Yeah.
And they have the 50-50 raffle, and all the money that you pay to go in goes to the society.
Goes to the
So,
Washington, Washington Area Humane Society.
And
this is
then
exciting.
this is what Amy wants to do. They
Well,
have a
Princess wants to do
Princess
it. Yes, she wants to do it.
Easter egg hunt at the Washington Area Humane Society coming up Saturday, March 28th. And you can get more information
Lots
online.
of fun.
Yeah, and
Pictures with the bunny.
pictures with the bunny. We got that. And Jimmy and I are going to this. Pancakes for Paws, Sunday, May 3rd. Lynette is the new program developer down
Hi,
there. And
Lynette.
Hi, Lynette. And she does lots of good stuff. This is at the American Legion Post 902 in Houston, so it's not that far. But, I just wanted to give you an update on the Pets for U.S. Vets program is moving along from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, and here we are in 2015.
But there's always a but.
There's a but. We need money in the fund, so we still have money in the fund, but we want the public to know that you can earmark a check for the Veterans Fund. If I just Pets for U.S. Vets. And just put that on your check and send it to the Washington Area Humane Society if you want to do something nice for local veterans. And I always say donate locally because then you can see where your money goes. And we definitely see where our effort has gone here. All of these animals are getting home. So
I know when Lynette was here last time, she was talking about a vet that came in, and she started, telling him that he could get his pet. And he said, "Oh no," he said, "I want to donate." He said, so then the next person that comes in, and we really thought that was terrific.
Paying it forward.
Yeah. So he says, the next person that comes in, he said, that's okay. But he took his dog home that day. So there's the Washington Area Humane Society is another little corner of the world. And it really is not appreciated for all the hard work that is done there, truly. And they receive no money. It's just what people volunteer, they come down and help, they send money, they do these things. That's how it exists.
It's a lot of work. That they're not getting government funding or anything like that.
No.
So if you really care about our veterans and you want to do something locally, this would be the thing to do, is just, even if it's $50.
Susie and I call it a broken heart, for a broken heart makes a whole heart.
And that's what it is. These guys are waiting for you at the Washington Area Humane Society, so please either adopt or donate.
Yeah, please, because we did start out with whole bunches of money, but over the years now, there's been so many of them leaving, and it's expensive.
It's dwindling, so we just need to keep it going. Or maybe if someone has an idea for even a small fundraiser, a birthday party.
They would like to do it. Yeah, that would be wonderful. So what do you think? Are we going to talk about that baby over there?
I think that's about it for
She's
them.
almost falling asleep.
Yeah.
She's so comfortable.
Yeah, look at this.
You want me to hold her?
Oh, well, certainly.
Can I steal
Who
her?
else would hold her? I love it. Look at this.
Exciting.
Yeah, my turn, your turn. No, it's my turn.
But you were going to tell us about her.
Princess is 14 weeks old.
Aw, I just want to
Yes.
hold her.
And she is a Shorkie, which is a Shih Tzu Yorkshire Terrier mix.
Yes. Now, that is what I think is really getting to be wonderful. That the mix, they mix them until they get them, certain. And there's a Havanese, and there's all the different breeds. And I really like that because it's letting the old breeds rest,
Yes.
because they've just been all used up,
Well, they actually bred this particular dog that was lovable, good with children, and a lap dog.
Exactly. And that's a Yorkie. Oh, my. Yes.
So you don't want her, is that what you're saying?
I think my daughter would find reason
Now,
to argue.
okay, the fun part is, now the hard part, when you brought her home, what was going on, when you had to bring her in.
Well, when we got her, and it was 7 weeks ago, you guys
know you
remember?
want her.
I can't.
I know you want her back.
Yeah, you're a good girl.
She's a good
so
girl.
When we
sweet.
brought her home, it was those days of -3 and 5 degrees, and it was very, very cold out. So, of course, she didn't want to be outside doing her business.
No.
She would rather be inside the nice, warm house.
Yeah.
So, what we have to do is every 2 to 3 hours, put her out. And we have another dog, and his name is Buddy, and he's older. He's about 2 years old. And she just idolizes Buddy because he's a lab boxer mix. So he's about this big. We call them Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, yes.
Anywhere that Buddy goes, she follows.
Well,
Is
you
she
know,
the beast?
plus the fact she is a little girl. And I groomed for 40 years, and I can really tell you stories about little girls. And when she came home and saw that big guy, my big brother, and she said, I'm going to be a little girl.
She follows him around the yard and sniffs, and whatever he does, she does.
There you go.
So it's almost like he's training her.
Thank you.
You know?
They do that.
Yeah, that's perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
But and they say when you have a smaller dog like this, a toy-sized dog, you should really hold it a lot around the house to begin with, because when you put the dog down, it thinks that it's time to do its business.
Yes.
So you carry it around, and anytime you set it down, at first let it be outside, and then you can set it down inside.
Exactly. Very good.
Yes. And you're supposed to keep them in a contained environment, like shut doors or whatnot, because they'll go and find places, you know, to find their own.
Steps and
yes, yes.
all those good kind of things and things to eat.
Oh, yes.
And you don't know that
It's like baby-proofing your home. You have to puppy-proof your home.
Very good.
Get down on their level and look to see what cabinets or plants that they could possibly get into.
Yes, and just about every house plant is poison for them. I know poinsettias. I've done shows so many, and sat here and read every kind of thing. You just want to keep them up and out of the way until she's over her curious time.
Right,
You know,
right.
because they just get belly aches, and then if they eat something, it's
These
really
smaller
bad.
dogs especially have very small digestive systems. So anything that you put in, especially if it's something not good,
Yes.
and by not good I mean anything except for their high-end dry kibble,
Right.
just doesn't react well with their little
Well,
bellies.
I kind of like to tell people that when you get a puppy, it's just like having a 2-year-old that has to take it and touch it and
Exactly.
in the mouth, and that's what little puppies do.
Exactly.
And you can smacking them is not going to do anything. Taking them, placing them away, and saying no, kind of thing. But having their toys in the middle of the room,
Right.
so that they are the center and they go and play and bring them back to
Right.
you. That's so very important.
And it's just like having a toddler around the house because they can find ways into everything, just like a little toddler can find ways into everything
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I like what you said about getting down on the floor.
Yes, we have to look at it from their perspective. You know,
Yeah.
get down on all fours and look around the room and
Yes.
see, you know, the vantage point from what
Take
they
your
see.
time and think, you know, because they do. They just all of a sudden they're there. They're like a child. They will be right there with you, and you'll go like this and sneeze and look, and it's in the bedroom or it's down the hallway
right.
or it's waiting to fall down the steps. So keeping them contained is not
this-
like contained, but
Right.
you knowing where they're at and the doors
Safe
closed.
proximity.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this particular breed is very sensitive, so it doesn't respond well to yelling
No.
or
I don't
exactly.
think any doggy does.
Yummy treats and praise seems to be Princess's
Yeah.
favorite
Love and
way of
patience.
responding.
Love and patience. Love and patience.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's
Now
all.
she does run around with your bigger dog.
Oh goodness, yes. They're two goofballs.
And he just fell in love, huh?
Really, they're best friends.
told you.
I was
The little
shocked.
girl. Now, if you would have brought a little boy home, it might have been a little bit different because that's 2 guys, But a little girl and
But to
and,
tell you the truth, I really thought, being that he was an older boy dog, and by older, like girl dogs tend to be more maternal and nurturing towards a little one who might be a little more yappy or a little bit more
Yeah.
bitey or a little bit
Yeah.
more attention seeking. He just dotes on her.
Oh, well, she's a little girl.
They'll sure for a limited time only. But he'll literally lay down on the living room floor, and she will walk around his body until
Yeah.
she finds a nice warm spot and curl up around his belly.
Oh,
I know.
breaks your heart.
I know.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The reason
two dogs.
the reason I ask you about if you do let her run around, I've known little tiny poodles that people have never sat down, like that I've groomed over the years, toy poodles, and they couldn't walk. When they'd come
Yeah.
to the shop and I'd put them
They
down.
don't want to walk.
Oh no.
Yeah, and some were bow-legged because
Yeah.
the
They
owners
don't wanna
carried
walk.
them
Yeah,
constantly.
that's
Yeah,
sad.
And I said, you have to put them down sometime.
Well, she has this beautiful rhinestone
Well,
harness. as
she
you can
doesn't
see.
mean exactly.
I know.
And we got her a leash this weekend. The very first nice day, we got her a leash, and she just does so lovely on the leash. She just prances around, and yeah, my daughter took her for a walk around the neighborhood first thing.
Look
Wow.
at you.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, if you start them out early, you know, really young, the puppy,
Pink,
and
of
you
course.
take your
Oh,
time
do you want that on?
No.
and fuss over them, I think it really works. It really, when you get them on a leash. And sometimes when they do that backing up when they're on a leash, you know, that just shows you how smart they are. That they want to control you, you not control them. And the best thing to do is just stand there and wait them out until they finally decide, you know, take their first step.
It's funny you talk
This is
about.
good. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
funny that you talk about carrying her around a lot because when my daughter first asked for a puppy, she said she wanted a purse puppy. So one of the first things I went out to get her was a puppy purse. Exhibit A.
Okay,
Goes
let's see.
nicely with her complexion.
Look at her wagging her tail.
A little spot for the head to come out.
She wants in there. Look at her.
I have her goodies in here.
Oh,
So
she
she'll
got-
love. All right, so
You going in?
sure.
Okay,
sure.
there she
And my
goes.
daughter carries her around in this.
There she goes. Oh.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Can you believe
that.
this?
Oh, precious. Look at that. Good little head.
Princess.
Princess, over here.
Come, there we go.
Here we go.
She reminds me of Exie Owl.
That's really
Remember?
comfortable for her.
She
You
loves it.
remember Exie Owl on the neighborhood?
Yeah. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
So,
Aw,
But this is what
little girl.
I try to get through to people that don't like dogs. They'll say, "Oh, well, I don't like a dog," or I don't like a cat. If you have a neighbor, if you could go over and just sit on their steps maybe and get to know their dog or their kitty cat, because it is the greatest world to have a dog. I don't care if it's a puppy or an older dog or a kitty cat. There's nothing like sitting in a kitty cat purring. It's just I could just sit here now and just
it's calming, isn't
yeah.
it?
It's
you
very
just-
calming.
Yeah. And I think just by being in the same room with her, it just warms our heart and brings a smile to our face.
It does.
You
It
know,
does.
You just can't help but love
Yeah.
them.
Well,
And
sometimes
what
I-
does Dad think about her?
He fell in love instantly.
Ah.
Just like when my daughter was born, just fell in love instantly.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It's amazing.
Because my husband's more of a man's man. So like this big Marmaduke kind of dog, they go out hikes and walks in the park and so on and so forth. He doesn't put Princess Rose down.
I know. I had a dear friend. She wanted a little poodle, the little poodle, so bad, and her husband, would growl. And she went finally and got her little dog and brought it home. And he sat on the couch and watched the football and just acted like, Well, that little baby said, well, no, you're going to love me. I'm sorry, but you are going to love me. And she just sat at the bottom, on the floor, and a little baby, and look up. And then one day, finally, he had to reach down. Well, she had puppies they made at her, and she had 2 little puppies. She would not stay with the puppies at night. She would get up on the bed with him, her husband.
Oh, yeah.
And the puppies would be on the floor. If they'd cry, she'd get down. But this is how close the two of them got. And my lady customer would say, that was supposed to be my dog.
Honestly.
But little girls, they love men. They just,
Well, this dog, we have a rule in our house. She needs to be crated at night for obvious reasons.
Right.
1, so she can't get into mischief. 2, so she doesn't get into dangerous situations. And
Exactly.
3, so there's no messes in the house.
yes.
So
That's
we
the
got
best
her
way.
a little hot pink crate, and she sleeps in the little hot pink crate at night.
Little pinky.
Well, sometimes I'll come home in the middle of the afternoon because my husband works the night shift, and I'll find him snoozing on the couch holding her.
Uh-huh, I know.
It's like,
You get jealous.
really? Really?
I know.
Little
Oh,
baby.
you can't resist.
Aw.
I know.
Who can
You can't.
resist?
You can't.
Well, they're angels, though, and
They are sweet.
They're sent to us,
Yeah.
and they help with depression.
They are.
And they bring people back.
They're
They bring-
God's little angels. They are.
And in terms of the vets that we're finding homes, it's great for post-traumatic stress disorder.
We've heard stories.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Susie
know
and
about the
I
broken
have-
hearts.
yeah.
Right.
And it's just
And there is a pet for everyone.
there is.
Whether they're guinea pig people, or they're
Yeah.
fish people, or they're dog people, or they're cat people, there's a pet for everyone. And they will literally steal your heart.
They do. Look at her. She says, "Well, if I have to, I'll put my head
she
down
was
on
chewing
my
on my
baby."
finger
Well,
underneath
no. Well,
that.
she said, "If I have to, I'll put my head on a baby."
Aw.
But as calm and well-behaved as she is, I did bring in something else to show you. This was the first hour that she was home. This is the beheaded.
Oh.
The first hour. I think she loved it a little bit too much.
What you paying?
So she does.
Oh, is that little Pookie Bear?
It's a little.
Look at her looking up. She knows we're talking
It was her
about
first
her.
teddy
Look.
bear,
Oh.
and it kind of looks like her. So I thought that was cute. But oh my goodness, within the first hour, she beheaded it, and we had to sew
my.
it back together. And it's good to have these chew toys
Yeah.
because when they chew on the toys, they're not chewing on your toys, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what?
I think you have to. With every puppy, you must lose a shoe. You know, it's just it's just
It's mandatory.
Mandatory that somebody
Like a
leaves a
passage of rights.
shoe. Yeah, and you go, oh,
Shoe's
look what you
gone.
did to my own number, you know. And then 2 years or 3 years later, you say, remember when we got her and she chewed my shoe? Wasn't it so cute?
I know. And then you look back. It's so cute.
Yeah.
But it's so nice how you take care of your dogs,
Yes.
though, Amy, because a lot of people get dogs and then they put them outside.
And they put them in the cellar. 'cause
Or
they
in
gotta
the
go to
cellar.
Or they
work
put them in the crate all day while they go to work
Yeah.
for 12-hour shifts.
Oh,
It's so
that's-
sad.
yeah.
It breaks my heart.
And
Yeah.
you need to enrich their lives. You need to do little things like you're doing, like the little toys, the little games that you play, because it's you have to
And
enrich their
grooming
lives.
too
And
Is important.
It is a ritual.
Yeah.
For example, when you get a dog like this, the fur can actually grow down to the
Yes.
floor if you choose. Now, my daughter believes she's Rapunzel, so I think the dog will end up
Well,
having long hair.
probably, yeah.
But you can get something called a puppy cut, and what that is it trims the fur so it's no longer than 2 inches, and it keeps it nice and short and trim.
Yes.
When you have long hair like this, and I did bring something else, I brought another show and tell. This is Princess's brush and fluff. And you need to brush and fluff her every day, or else there'll be mats and tangles. And the way
Yes.
that a brush and fluff works is you brush her, and then you fluff her.
Yeah.
You brush.
But you have to
And then you
start that
fluff.
and do it, and
Oh, yeah.
and they'll try to bite the brush, but you just gently keep doing it. And if
Mm-hmm.
you start doing it as a game when they're a baby, it's attention, and they'll just love it.
And it distributes the oil through their skin and their hair.
Yes,
And,
yes.
but I've groomed dogs, because you and I both have been groomers our whole lives, and I've groomed dogs and it took me, all day, because the person wanted the
Matted.
hair left, and you
Yes.
sit and
To
you
the
chip
skin.
and you chip and everything. And then, 2 months later they come back, they're solid mats again. And it's so easy. Once you get your dog groomed, it is so easy to keep them combed out. If
Yep.
you just spend 5 minutes a day.
That's right. Well, at the end of the evening before we go to bed, I let the kids watch one of
just
their
check.
Disney programs.
Yeah.
And while they're holding her on their lap, they just nicely
Instead of
stroke and
petting,
brush
brush. Very good.
Exactly.
Very
That's a
good.
good
She
idea.
loves it, and it's great bonding too.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I don't want to say they fight over her.
Yes.
But they take turns with her,
Aw.
You don't have to pet them.
much
you brush
like
them.
we're taking turns right today.
Karen ripping hair. As she
think I'll
gets
take her
longer and she grows longer. Well,
coming
it
to
really
Aunt
and
Susie
truly,
now.
with this
Yeah.
type of dog,
There's your mom.
brushing more than petting as you're sitting is really the key to keeping them nice. But the short-haired dogs, they really shed. And you should really take the brush and brush up, and lift that undercoat on a short-haired dog. Uh-oh, guess what?
What?
It's time to say goodbye.
No, it's not already.
Yeah, we're just we're having so much fun.
I
Princess
know.
doesn't want to leave.
I know.
Here, she could say goodbye with Mommy. Aw.
Sure.
I want to say special thanks to Amy.
Thank you.
I see her every morning. I'm a school guard, and she's a wonderful mom. She brings
At Ben
her
Franklin.
at Ben
Yes.
Franklin. She brings her son and daughter just about every morning,
Yes.
and we have a conversation in the snow, the rain, whatever. But you are a good mom,
Thank
and
you.
you
Thank
love your children. You just when I see you, I just glow inside. I really
Well,
do.
thank you.
You
That's
are
very kind.
And you
a
love
good
your
mom.
babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're going to be a good mom for this baby. Oh, look at this.
I
This
know,
is too
right?
much. Yeah.
Precious.
And Susie and I want you to really, really, really know that the Washington Area Humane Society is a wonderful place. And I don't know really, unless you go down there and volunteer to walk the dogs. Just take them outside, that's all. Just even for half an hour. It will just make your heart sing. There's just not enough words. There's a new young lady down there, Lynette. She's been on my show, and she's doing fabulous
We
things
love
down
her.
there.
We love her now.
Yeah, she's doing fabulous things. Really, really fabulous things. And Susie, I love you, and I thank you.
Thank you.
I do.
You know, I love you too. And it's just, this is just such a great show. We just come on and we just tell it like it is, and hopefully, you know, someone will
Catch something.
catch something and pick up some information.
Yeah, and learn. Look at this. She's a star
She
already.
says,
Yeah.
Mwah.
Well, guys, like always, I love you. Thank you for all the lovely things you say to me in my community. Sometimes it's too sweet. Thank you. I love you. And thanks from all the tail waggers.